Doing the
Just ready to go.
Hey,
happy Friday and happy March.
Yeah,
it's
welcome
the
to
first day of
Mom
March.
Show. I can't believe that.
I know, February flew.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
But did you enjoy February 29th? It's kind of fun.
I mean, I honestly didn't think about it. But yeah, what did you do?
Well, I saw a thing that said, really live it up because whatever you post on social media today won't show up again for another 4 years.
That's funny.
So I was
I didn't think about that.
yeah,
I do
have a friend
have.
who has a birthday.
Okay.
So I was like, oh my gosh, she's only 8.
Yes.
Real. Yeah.
I have a friend who has a son who has a leap year birthday. Yeah, that is fun. Fun, but
Also
I don't
sad.
know. Do you kind of get gypped?
Yeah, because I asked her if you normally celebrate it on February 28th or March 1st, and she said February 28th because she always wanted it sooner.
Yeah.
Than
And it's the same month, February.
True.
You were born in
That's
February.
True. That's true. So.
Well, cool.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah?
So the only big thing for February 29th for both of us was
Wax museum.
second grade wax museum.
I mean, but actually, it's a thing, right? Like, I feel like
it's a big second grade milestone.
Oh, is it only happen in second grade?
The wax museum, yeah. Lane did it in second grade.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was Walt Disney.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So many fun things. And I think overall, I was just so proud of that activity and proud of everybody.
I know.
Like, what?
I know.
Everybody tried so hard.
Yeah.
It was super legit.
Yeah, and I am a kind of a control person. You would have never guessed that. I know. So it kind of made me nervous that oh, you don't need to bring that poster home, and we'll do it. But they were so good.
So good.
They were so good. And I will
These
say,
angles we got going. We
I
gotta produce a
know.
little worship
It's
in the
like there's a
house.
professional in here.
It's really looking good
Yeah.
today. So not to brag on ourselves.
But I do want to brag on Noah because most kids, went around,
I know.
seeing all of them. They're so cute. And I would push their button and then I would bend down and kind of be trying to read their lips, what they were saying. And man, you push Noah's button and he was on and I could hear him.
Yeah, I told him to project himself.
Yeah, he did it. He projected.
Thank you.
It was awesome.
I feel like Noah, when he has the confidence, is a natural salesman. He's a natural speaker. He needs to get that confidence, and he practiced that thing. It was funny to see Gavin. Did you see Gavin walk up to Noah's?
I was like, did I see Gavin?
With the swagger. He comes in, he pushes his button cool, hands in the pockets, and just,
he's like, Noah, you like my suit?
Yeah. I'm just kidding. But, it was just so funny to see Noah, who he would bring, he would get, because he cared about those people, so I would see him. I'm like, he has it memorized. So certain people, he would just do it by memory.
Oh, he did it by memory.
Yes.
He turned on.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he would start like this. And
I loved the whole concept of it.
I do too. And I learned a lot about inventors I had no clue about. So my son had Garrett Morgan, the inventor of the traffic light. Very cool. Also the inventor of the gas mask.
Yeah.
Also a big deal. Unrelated, but hair straightener and hair dye.
Hey.
I'm like, thank you.
Yeah,
Right?
thank you.
That's a good one.
Thank you, Garrett.
Thank you.
Mr. Morgan. Yeah. Gavin's was really yeah, he was Milton Hershey, and Milton Hershey, we learned a ton about him. And it was kind of funny. I didn't ask him up until we read a whole book, who was Milton Hershey, and and we've been there.
Yeah.
So my family's
old stomping
from
ground.
Pennsylvania. Yes, we've been to the Hershey Park. I've seen it evolve over my life, and it is amazing. Yeah. It's like the Disney World of chocolate.
It's fun. It's like Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
It's really amazing.
Yeah.
But so we've learned all this stuff, and then we were driving to school yesterday. So I feel like I need to apologize to Miss Mather. Sorry, Miss Mather. He told me his fun fact.
Oh, yeah.
I said, "What are you going to say?" He said, "When he was born, when he died, and a fun fact." And I go, "Oh, what fun fact did you pick?"
Yeah.
He was like, "That he had no children." And I was like, "What?" Of all the things we learned.
But I love that.
So I was like, are you going to say he had no children and they started an orphanage? He's like, no, but then he changed it. He actually was supposed to be on the Titanic. Milton Hershey had 2 tickets for him and his wife.
What did he do instead of?
He had a business meeting and had to come back from Europe early. So they missed it. Can you imagine the devastation you would feel? Like
no chocolate.
Especially as no. If you were supposed to be on the Titanic, like the experience of a lifetime.
Yeah.
And then you were like, I was thinking about like his wife would be like, "Are you serious? We have to go back."
Yeah, she's mad about it.
We were going to be on the Titanic. And then seriously.
So
anyways,
that's kind of how, I mean, not on the same level, but we were supposed to be in Maui. I mean, the place that we were going to stay in 12 hours before we were supposed to stay there burned to the ground.
Yes.
Like,
that is like the same.
Like,
yes.
How scary would that have been?
Yes, that is the exact same experience as him.
Ooh.
Seriously.
Anyways, but after I got over it, same.
So you know what that,
and then, thank
thank
goodness we weren't there, as you find out more and more about it.
That is crazy how similar your stories are.
No.
What I was apologizing for is that on the way to school, I was like, "Can you ask Miss Mather if you can change it?" Like, the day of.
His person.
So he changed it. His fun fact. He changed it to he was supposed to be on the Titanic.
So Milton did not invent chocolate, right? He just did the Hershey bar, right? Like he didn't
chocolate was coming around, but they couldn't make it to where it would not melt fast. It would not melt quickly. So he experimented, and then he wanted to make it sweeter. And Nestle was in there, and they were making it like in their recipe, and then he made it. And then another interesting fact is I was just talking about inflation with somebody. The Hershey bar was 5 cents from like 1905 to 1969.
5 cents.
Didn't raise the price.
Give a nickel.
5
Get
cents.
some chocolate.
He built a whole town for his workers.
That's so cool.
It's amazing.
And Gavin had little fun-sized Hershey bars. That was a great addition.
Yes.
The kids that had the little props, like the Hershey bars, and then
the traffic light.
Well, the chips. There was the chips. That was adorable.
Yes. So. They did a good job. It was fun.
Also, one last thing about it was like obviously, I was so proud. I was like, this is such a great idea. Walking around and then just making sure all the kids got there.
Yeah.
There was just, and it was like just fun to see the kids light up.
Yeah.
But it was good.
Yeah, it was fun.
So, so are we going to do?
Are we going to do what?
Our fun facts?
Yes, but first, I didn't know if you wanted to talk about another recap. We both kind of went on a little mini trip.
Yeah, we did. Mine was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to, on a Friday, took the Allegiant flight to Florida. I think we flew into Orlando and then rented a car. A couple girlfriends and I. It was supposed to be just honestly what I looked forward to, and I have a hard time leaving the kids, hard time. So I was like, I just want to be in the sunshine and look at the ocean. And it was 40 to 50 degrees and raining the whole time and cloudy. So it was actually pretty miserable, and I just wanted to be home the whole time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was awful, but I did read a real book, like an actual 450-page book, and I was so proud of myself.
Yeah. Did you feel relaxed when you got back?
I did, but I just missed the kid. I missed the cruise so bad that I was so happy to be back. Yeah. So maybe it just renewed that. I just want to be with you guys, and I think I just decided I either only want to be on a trip with just Noah, like the hubs, or the whole fam. Yeah. I mean, a girls trip is great, but maybe one night and then come back. Yeah. Like a one night, not a 3 night. That was too long. So I don't know. Maybe it's just because the kids are so small and, And I wonder if it would have been 75 degrees in full sun. Maybe I would have been I don't want to come back.
You would have wanted to come back, but you would have, because, I love the ocean. I know. Just to be, to look at, I don't know, it's so, Well, and I read something on the way out there that some people feel connected to the ocean, that's where we began, or just, when they are out, they just feel on a different level because it's so vast. Yeah. It gives you awe. The feeling of awe. Yes. And
so great.
The Lord's creation is just amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. I love walking on a beach. It's one of my, I know it feels cliche, but really it's one of my favorite things to do.
Long walks on the beach?
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We went to Kansas City. Yeah,
Did you go
to Kansas
with the
City.
Right?
No, just me and Charles.
You and Charles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, we just went to Kansas City. It was so fun. Yeah. It feels like forever ago, even though it was just 2 weeks ago. We just ate good food and went shopping and hung out.
Had some good conversation.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I like that.
Yeah. Oh, and I have one more. I already told Will, but one more recap. I tried the lobster roll from Divine Deli. I've been hearing all about it. It's so good.
It's so good.
And another thing, I was thinking we need to start a segment on like
lobsters.
No,
I'm obsessed with lobster.
Okay, well, I mean, if we need to have a segment on lobsters, we can. But I was just thinking like new foods that we tried lately, because if I try something good, like I want to tell people.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple little things, but the lobster roll is delicious. And Charles got there. It was like the only plan, like scheduled plan I had for Saturday. Like they're open from 10:30 to 2:30. Like have to get in there. Yes.
Okay. On a Friday?
This was Saturday. Okay. But yes, I think every day except Sunday. Those are their hours. Okay. But anyways, he didn't make it till like the 2:00 hour, so getting close to close time. And I think whoever was working the counter might have said like, "Oh, actually, we're sold out." And the owner was like, "Oh, I can make 2 more." And so I was like, "Oh, I love it. I love it even more."
Service.
So
that's great.
And I had it felt like a gift, because I'd been like, that's the only big plan I had for the weekend. Yeah. Try the lobster roll, and it did not disappoint.
Okay,
so good.
Yeah, I have had them. We in their old location. They were right across from my office, so we went there quite a bit and loved them. Loved the whole thing, and excited that they're in Rogersville now.
Yeah.
So okay, lobster rolls. I will tell you. When
you have an obsession with lobsters. I did not know that.
Like I think obviously I grew up very middle class. Like lobster was a delicacy. Like it's not like we're gonna go to a restaurant and order lobster. So I don't think I ever had it.
Yeah.
And so then as an adult, and then Noah and I went to Boston, like what, November?
Yeah.
I mean, we got into town, we went to this amazing, we'd heard, like, got all the recommendations for the best lobster roll. I mean, I'm telling you, had the best lobster roll of my life at this restaurant there, and then that just sent me on I got it at Disney World at the Harbor House.
Yeah.
Delicious. And then had one in Orlando, and I'm like, I think lobster's my thing.
Oh, it's so good.
So good, because Noah and I, in our adult lives, every anniversary is to go to Blue Heron at Lake of the Ozarks.
Oh.
I don't think it's there anymore, but we
have
lobster.
Oh, that's fun.
So I think lobster's kind of my thing.
Okay. But,
you can't get it very fresh here.
Yeah. No. Sometimes Sam's will have lobster, and we've made it, and it's not bad.
It's not bad. I don't know how to make it, though.
Charles. I don't feel like...
It's like hissing in the thing.
Oh, no, we didn't kill it. Oh. We didn't buy it alive.
Okay.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But that's funny. That's not even your fun fact that you have.
That I have an obsession with lobster.
It's so good. But I want to try some of their other things too. He said the pizza smelled really good.
Pizza, and then the salads are very fresh and really good. Yeah. So,
okay. So what's your?
I don't know. You go first.
Okay.
I thought, and then I forgot about it.
Okay. Well, I actually looked up fun fact, because Gavin was kind of like, when he told me his fun fact was that they had no kids.
Yeah.
I was like, buddy, fun fact, interesting, but I don't know. Maybe some people that's interesting. I don't know. And then I asked you to think of one, and then I didn't really think of one for myself. But
that's kind of how I am too.
I guess a fun fact. I went to kindergarten in Germany. So, fun fact.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's super fun.
We lived in Germany for 6 years, and I went to kindergarten there. Military, Army.
Yes, Army. Mm-hmm. Okay. In Germany. So you just lived there for 1 year?
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah. So right after I was born.
Okay.
But
you were born
finished kindergarten.
In the United States.
Yeah. We lived here for 6 months and then moved. Yeah. So we lived in Germany. Yeah.
Your parents. So we're all.
They were both in the Army. That's how they met, because my mom's from California. My dad's from Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's a fun fact about your family. Okay, I don't know. I'm left-handed. That's kind of fun. That's a little bit unique.
And Noah's left-handed.
Both the kids are left-handed.
Both of them are. I was going to ask if Xander was. Okay.
They play sports right-handed, but I think it's all Noah's, Daddy Noah's fault. He's not.
He did that to
them. He's not giving in to the left-handedness. But they eat, they write, they color, everything's left-handed. So I don't know, but yeah, I mean, that's not that fun. So
it's interesting, though. No, that's interesting. You have 2 kids. Fun fact. You have 2 kids.
I think that for some people who don't know, it's the fact that I did do weekend weather for 2 years. I was a weather.
Yeah, I love that.
I think that's kind of fun.
And was that in Columbia?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did that. I know nothing about atmospheric science.
Yeah.
So it was good training for being on camera and doing that. So
yeah.
I think that's fun. But
That's so fun. So you just read
I pulled the National Weather Service forecast, copied it down, and honestly, it was more of a lesson in graphics and putting designing.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I'm sure.
Oh, it was awful.
Yeah.
Because it's not my thing. But I also would try to give my friends shout outs because there's like in mid-Missouri, lots of crazy names of little towns or creeks or whatever. So I'd be like, I'm going to give a shout out to by putting that. And so it was like, dumb.
That's fun.
But people, that's the KOMU, the student. They say student station, but like it is, and there's students that do cut-ins and stuff. But the main anchors are like adults, really good, like all the things. But people would play drinking games too. How many times that people would mess up?
Aww.
Because we're students and we're learning. So
yes,
I would hear that like, oh yeah, I got home. So
that's funny. Speaking of weather, I told you that like planning for today, I just have all these random things on my mind, but one of them is like, how do you even dress for this weather? Have you seen the meme that's like fake spring?
Yeah. Where are we at?
And then I'm like always like, no, it's not going to be that way this year. And then it always is. Like we'll go back to like winter, second winter. I couldn't find the picture, but it is kind of funny.
Well, and I was kind of over it having a puppy that we don't put on a leash every time, and it's like you kind of have to go out there with him, and or he'll run to the neighbors, and so. This past whatever day it was like 20. I know. When it was 80 the day before. Yes. Bernie like walks out and he's like, just like, what?
I feel the same way.
Yeah, same.
I feel like,
It's going to be beautiful this weekend though.
Yes. We'll is it? I haven't even looked. Okay.
77 and sunny.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm ready for. Because every morning once it gets warm every morning I'm ready to dress for warm. And then I look at my phone, I'm like, oh, it's 29. So then I put on, I don't even know.
No, because it starts
I don't even know what I'm wearing anymore. If it's not Rogersville colors to go to a basketball game in the evening, I don't know what to wear.
You know what we need to talk about, too, is the Rogersville Gala and what we're going to wear.
Yes.
When is that? That's in
April 6th.
Oh, so we have some time. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, we were talking about
Rogersville gear. And my parents want some, so I need to know where to get it from.
Yes.
They asked me for it. So
yes, I feel like when we were in Kansas City, I found a maroon like little puffer jacket pullover thing. It feels like I'm I've been wearing maroon for lots of years.
That's a good one.
So half of my closet's maroon.
That's fun.
Okay. Yeah. So so I have another fun fact.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about milestones and like holidays and just kind of like traditions or things that people do, but keeping the real meaning behind the holiday. So totally. I looked up where the Easter Bunny originated from, and it says the bunny originally called Osterhase or Easter hare, who lays a nest of colorful eggs for well-behaved children, hails from Germany in the 1500s.
Look at you.
So
Germany,
yeah.
So the Haas, H-A-A-S?
H-A-W.
Because I was looking at the Haas eggs, like that's the dye kit.
Yeah,
yes. H-A-A-S.
Or H-A-U.
Oh, is it?
What is it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I wonder if there is any connection, but
sounds like it.
Anyways,
so it came from Germany, and what was the deal? He just
it was in like a book. It was in like a book, and he would come.
Did you not love that story when you were a kid?
I don't know. You have to remind me.
We had a really good librarian growing up.
Yeah. And so it's just kind of evolved.
Okay.
Like first it was just hunting the eggs, then it was filling the eggs, then it was chocolate eggs. It's just kind of evolved.
Asking for a whole new room.
Yeah. Can you fit that in my basket for Easter?
Yeah, like can we redecorate my room for Easter? I'm like,
yeah.
What are we talking? No, we cannot. Like that is not even close to what
you're like, we can redecorate your room and we can celebrate Easter and they don't have to be connected.
Right. Yeah, it's not
Or I'm not saying you want to say yes to that, but So Easter.
Easter. One kid believes in the Easter Bunny, one kid does not, obviously.
I cannot believe you already have an unbeliever. And is it across the board with everything? Like Santa, Easter Bunny?
Noah is, he pulled me, so my 8-year-old 7th grader pulls me into his room and he goes, Mommy, this is like last week. He goes, I know that the fairy, or the
Tooth Fairy
is you and Daddy. And he's like, can I help you with, this the next line, can I help you with Xander's, because he was losing his teeth. And I said, I just stared at him like, wow, how do I even soak all this up to my child? But I mean, kind of questioned
I think I would have been like, who told you?
I know. I know.
Not that it matters, because.
But he did say that the kids were talking about it at school.
That's what it always is. That's what it is.
Yeah, but he kind of, and he questions Santa Claus too. He wants to believe in the spirit, but he is I feel like he's either going to want to get baptized or like, he's very close because he's just like, that's not what Christmas is about. And we're celebrating Jesus's, like he's all about Christmas and Easter being about Jesus. And so he is very close. And I'm like, which is so super cool. But he wants to he's such a pleaser and he wants to make me happy because that's what I've been like, well, that's not what it's really about. So then he wants to make sure I know that that's what he believes. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes. Yeah. And he's so curious.
Yeah.
He asks so many good questions all the time.
Yeah, he's a questioner.
Yeah.
Like I had to shut them off last night. I was like, please stop. No more. I was like, last question, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
I ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
That I don't know the answers to a lot of the time. Like a lot of stuff that I'm like, oh man, I don't want to make it up. But
yeah.
And so it is fun because now he's kind of our helper, with stuff. But it does kind of take out, I don't know, because both of you, does Gavin still believe in the Easter Bunny?
Oh, I mean, we don't really talk about the Easter Bunny much, but he still believes in Santa.
Yeah.
And the Tooth Fairy and... Really? I think. Yeah, he hasn't said otherwise. Lane believed for a long time. Okay. Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, I love it.
Well...
I almost think Gavin would be the type that would be like, if a kid at school was like, the Tooth Fairy is your mom and dad, he'd be like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
He'd with confidence.
Yeah, with confidence.
You're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. I love Gavin's confidence.
Oh, he's so a nut. Great. He is a nut.
He's great. But okay, so I also have a question, the milestones. So this is do you keep you had a puppy, right? Your dog was a puppy.
Yeah, we got her when she was a puppy.
Because what do you do with the doggy teeth? Do you keep them like you keep your children's teeth?
No, I don't keep my children's teeth.
Oh,
no.
I have boxes.
I did. Nope. I did, and then one day I was like, what am I going to do with this?
Okay.
Ever. My kids are not going to want their teeth. Yeah. And I think other people, if you want to do it, you do it.
So
but for me, I was like, no.
I'm like, do I display them and where they're at?
Yeah, you should make some art with them.
I'd be like, you're psycho. Please stop. I have their hair.
No. I think the first little haircut thing is cute in a baby book, but
do you have the belly
button?
Their teeth? Is that gross?
I'm not saying it's gross. I do not have it.
Okay, I need to throw that one out. No, I think made me throw that one out.
Yeah.
Daddy, no. He was like, that's gross.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I think I get this from my mom is such a minimalist.
Well, you guys had to move, right?
Well, that's just her personality, though. She's not sentimental at all. Oh. She's a minimalist. Yeah, she doesn't want us to have to go through anything when you know what I mean? Yeah. She's like...
It's appreciated probably by adult children.
Yeah, but I think I'm a little bit more sentimental now because my father-in-law was really sentimental. Okay. And at first I didn't understand, but now it seems endearing to me. But no, some things I will find myself keeping things because I think this is what you're supposed to do. So I'll start, and then I'm like, but why am I doing this?
Yeah.
So once I ask myself that and decide I'm never going to do anything with these teeth in a Ziploc baggie. Yeah. And I don't think my children will want them.
No, they're not going to.
But I think it's sweet if it means something to you. It just didn't mean anything to me.
There's got to be something psychological about it because I think I'm a little bit of a mom hoarder.
Okay.
With my children's things.
Yeah.
Clothes, things I need to. And once I have donated clothes, I'm like, wow.
It feels so good.
It's so good to bless somebody with those clothes.
Yeah.
So anyways, I need to work through that.
I'm that with their schoolwork. Yeah. And then I go through it. And then once it piles up too much, I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. Nobody's ever going to look through all of this. So now I try to go through and just keep the funny stuff or the cute things because there's stuff from preschool that I would be like, he probably didn't even color that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have every single Valentine's box.
Oh.
What?
Oh, well, you're good that you make more than one. We just do one. One really good one on kindergarten year and use it every year. Oh, he's Patrick Mahomes jersey every year. He wanted to switch it up this year. Then we're going to the Super Bowl again. And I'm like, buddy. He's like, okay, I'll use that one again. So we put all our energy into one.
I kind of like that. I might have to just do this one from last year because it's the Commanders with the jersey and the football.
Yeah.
But it's cute.
And he'll always be a Commanders fan.
I will always be a Commanders fan.
So any other... I did look up an Easter game that I thought was cute. It was and there's a ton on Pinterest. and we celebrate Easter because, everybody has different ways they celebrate Easter, but for Jesus' death on the cross and resurrection. And so they have these resurrection eggs where you number them 1 to 12 and you hide them. And then they each have a scripture inside of it.
Okay.
So then after everybody finds them all, you start with one and read the scripture. And then you can have like little items that kind of match. Like for the Last Supper, they had like a little mini cup. And so that when you read the scripture, you can like look at all 12 items and be like, which one do you think goes with this scripture? And it just kind of tells the story up to the cross. But you can make it simple.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it was really cute idea. So I thought, and then the number 12 is empty because the tomb was empty.
Oh.
So anyways, it was cute. So when we were talking about how do we keep, the meaning of it, it's the really forefront of their minds. Yeah, I thought that was cute.
You mean not hide the golden egg with a $20 bill?
No, because we actually do one empty egg. Yeah. Every year. Like it represents the empty tomb. But I thought this one was even take it a step further, like have all the little scriptures of the story leading up to the cross. And then
I love that.
Yeah, it was cute.
Oh, I remember this video that Boogie, he's always been like a little like reverend pastor. He's like 3 and he's like maybe 4 because he had the whole story of Easter, and they did it in Sunday school. And so he's like, and the stone rolled, and the tomb was empty.
Oh, I know.
Come on, his little voice.
I know.
The comedian John Christ.
Oh yeah.
And he wrote back and was like that. He's like, "Come on, stop it. That's too cute." Because
that's awesome.
His thing was like, "Oh, be still, my heart," and making fun of moms. And I had tagged that on. And I was like, this was my be still your heart, but you can't tell me this isn't be still my heart.
Yeah.
And so he was like, oh my gosh, stop it. And I was like, oh my gosh,
that is so cool.
But then he kind of got into some trouble. So then I was like,
I love him.
Creepy.
I'm a fan.
I don't know.
We just saw him live. He's good.
He's hilarious.
Nate
Bargatze, are you going to him?
Yes, we are.
We are too.
So fun.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
I have a video of Lane that used to, when he was little, and I followed him around because we would... I think one year it was like a scavenger hunt to the Easter basket. Oh. Anyways, and then I had him on video telling the Easter story, and it is like that. It's so cute. Yes.
That's adorable.
Yes. Okay, so okay. My mind has been all over the place, but I was going to say when I was thinking about kid focus, something that has really been on my mind is letting your kids make mistakes. Like I find myself, especially because I have a 13-year-old now, and I want to prevent him from making a mistake, I think, or experiencing anything hard.
Well,
and
the
it's like
consequences are getting more real.
Well, yes, and that's why you should let them make their small mistakes. So then you can be empathetic when dealing after they make a mistake. And so this is all coming from like Love and Logic emails I get. And like I looked up the definition of empathy just to like put it into words, but like the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. So when they make a mistake, having empathy with the consequences of like they still experience the consequences because that's life.
Yeah.
But being empathetic, because I don't always have the empathy key to the Love and Logic puzzle. And so anyways, I feel like there's so many teachable moments, especially with Lane, because he's getting older. But like I find myself going almost into like lecture mode so often. I'm like, this is not
it's a life lesson.
I know.
Or maybe you told me that. Like, don't make everything a life lesson.
Oh no, I do. I need to hear that. You need to text that to me every once in a while because I am like so. And I think it's because I sometimes I remember light bulbs going on for me, and I think I found myself thinking like, why didn't anybody tell me? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I feel like I go extreme the other direction. Like I want to prevent like, and just so you know this and da-da-da-da-da-da, you know what I mean? And it's like, instead of just like letting them live and when they make a mistake, having empathy and then talking about it, but there's still a consequence.
Yeah, still because I stink at applying a consequence. I'm like, if you do that again or whatever, and then I'm like, oh, they're going to that's why they walk all over me.
Yeah.
But we did have, Noah and Boogie and I had a heart-to-heart last night. Just, he has a hard time talking about his feelings. He's a man, like whatever, and I think that's kind of Daddy Noah does a good job about it, but at the same time, I think it's more natural for him to just, retreat and be silent or whatever. So Boogie was very upset at his brother because he he accidentally threw the remote. Like, I mean, it was like a innocent thing, but it hit Xander in the face. So then Xander freaks, crying, you know, waterworks, I hate you, you know, all the things. And I was like, so I reacted to like, I thought he actually threw the remote at his phone.
Oh, I've had these moments.
You know, I'm into his room and all the things, and we can't do that. And so then we worked through, he's like, Mommy, I just feel like you always take Xander's side. And I was like, oh, that's fair.
But the fact that he could verbalize that to you is good.
We talked about, like, what are you actually feeling? And so it was interesting because it took a lot to get to that.
Yeah.
Like, it took like 30 minutes of me sitting on his bed and like.
Yeah, but that's perseverance. Like
But it was like, I wanted to make dinner, but I was like, this is important for me to really sit with him. And it was interesting. It felt good. It felt right. But then it was like, wow, we did accomplish something. And I understood how we felt. Yeah. So it was.
Yeah, because they catch you off guard. Because these things happen at our house all the time. Where Lane, like, it was funny. I kind of laughed to myself when you said accidentally threw the remote. Because I know probably what you mean. Like, you know, if you toss it somewhere. But, like, Lane will do, and then I'm automatically like, are you serious? Like, this all could have been avoided if you didn't accidentally throw the remote. You know what I mean? And so I feel like. But yes, but that was good. You were calm and you heard him out. Yeah, doesn't that feel good?
It felt good. It felt good.
It's not always my go-to. Calm.
No, my go-to is not. Especially when you're like, the dog is barking. And then I'm like, we've talked about this.
Dad's out of town. Nobody's here to help me. Yes.
You got to cook dinner. You got to clean. It's just like, you know, pets' heads are falling off.
Yes. You're so good. You probably still cooked. I would have been like, well, guys, I'm glad we worked that out, but we're going to Chick-fil-A.
I've been cooking so much lately.
That's
but
awesome.
Like nothing extravagant.
Yeah, but that's awesome.
I was so proud of myself for making the tacos. I was tacos, so easy peasy last night, but it could have been.
Do you do grocery pickup?
Yeah. Grocery.
Do you do grocery delivery?
I have been. Not. I was in the habit of it for like 2 months, and it makes your life 100% easier.
Yeah.
No, and so this past couple, I've been at the grocery store way too much.
So that's what I do too. This is kind of funny. Somebody mentioned, one of my girlfriends, she uses the delivery, and she's like, Alice, I Googled your address in Rogersville, and they will deliver to you. And I my first thought is like, I don't want some like random person coming up. Yeah. But then I was telling, because I'm a Dateline junkie. Anyways, I was telling somebody this, and they were like, well, do you do Amazon? And I was like, yeah, but that feels different. That feels different. They're like, I don't know. So I haven't tried. So I'm impressed that you cook all the time. I feel like for me, if I'm up to date with like grocery shopping, then it's like good. But if I get no good
stuff, you
if you have the stuff,
yes, that's what I thought. I said that.
Yes.
Like, if you have it and it's like,
I will cook it if it's there. But when I open the fridge and I'm like, well, we could put that with that.
You gotta have the stuff.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah. And Boogie's on a health kick. He's like, let's eat. He took a salad and peppers to lunch yesterday.
I love that.
I know.
I love that.
I love this dude. He's a good dude.
He is a good dude.
But yeah, so. Okay.
So that's awesome.
So yeah, are we talking about this weekend? What are you doing?
Yeah, this weekend. So we're going to go the Rogersville Wildcats, back to my maroon attire, because that's all I know how to do is go to sporting events. They are playing for the district championship at 1 o'clock on Saturday.
Is that right?
Yeah, at Rogersville.
For basketball.
Yeah, we went last night. They did awesome. There were like 4 dunks last night on our team.
What?
It was so exciting.
Or not the kindergarten, the freshman.
One was the freshman, and then the other one is the senior, Scott Metz.
So 1 o'clock on Saturday?
1 o'clock on Saturday. Be there. Show up at like 12:40
at the high school.
Watch the warm-ups. They'll announce the players. Game starts at 1.
Okay.
Come. Kids run around. I will do that.
I am gonna.
It's so fun. We'll be there.
I think I'm gonna save the big hike, like.
Because it'll be nice.
Yeah. On Sunday after church.
And it doesn't take long. It's a championship game, but it won't take long. We can probably be out of there by like.
And then if they win that, do they go?
Yeah, they go on.
So exciting.
I know, so exciting.
What's our class? Are we 2A, 3A? What are we?
Yep. I don't know. I think everything's changing next year with our conference. I don't know. I like hear these conversations go on, but until I have to experience it for my own kids, I don't really take it in.
It's okay.
So we just show up. Just tell us where to be.
Supporter.
Well,
You're doing
no, I love it. My kids love basketball, so we try to go to as many of the high school games as we can.
Harlem Globetrotters. Are you going? Have you been?
We saw them at Silver Dollar City, but are they coming?
April 8th. I have tickets.
Okay. That's fine. We should.
Yeah, we're going.
We should. This is kind of funny on a sports note. I'm making Lane do track. So he went to the first day. He didn't love it. And then he had a end of the season basketball party. And I was talking to some of the other parents, and they were like, oh, my kid didn't love it either, but they're going to do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. So I told him, I'm like, hey, buddy, it's 2 months. There's only a handful of meets. So he at first was under the impression he wouldn't have to do meets, just the after school practice. And then I'm like, no, there's just a couple. And then only the top 2 or 3 make it to the medal meets, which is like towards the end of the season. Sure. And he goes, what if I accidentally make it into the top 2 or 3? I'm like, I told Coach Reeves that, and he goes, oh, so him and Gavin are not a lot alike or are different. And I was like, night and day. He's like, Gavin's competitive. I was like, no, Lane's afraid. I love Coach Reeves too. He's awesome.
So
yeah. So many great teachers in our schools, but he is awesome.
He is really great. He was going around the Wax Museum yesterday.
Yes.
Taking pictures.
He'll be at the game.
I like him.
He'll be at the championship game.
Dude.
He runs the scoreboard and clock. Really? Kids love seeing him. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fun.
Yep. You got it. So anyways, I have lots of other random things, but we can talk about that another day.
We could talk forever. See, we didn't think
I know. This
was like
the it was kind of all over the place, but that is the representation of a true mom brain. At least my experience.
100%, I mean,
here, there, and everywhere. So I'll see you at the game. Yeah, you too.
Enjoy the weather.
Yeah,
and then maybe we talk about spring.
And it'll almost be St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Which that is something I don't really do a big. I don't really do a big deal, but our next show will be right before it, so maybe we'll wear green in honor of that.
Should we?
I don't know.
Okay. Do you get pinched if you don't wear green? Is that the deal?
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, it will be. What day is St. Patty's Day?
The 17th.
I know. But like, what day of the week is it?
Oh, I don't know. It's not Friday.
Okay.
But okay, well, have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.